Hey everyone, so if you're like us and some of our clients and you're probably already planning for the 2018 marketing season, and especially if you're a B2B business, it's really important to kind of understand a few customer trends that are going on right now when you're actually trying to attract the next lead or the next sale that you're trying to get for your company. So the first thing is that 68% of searches that are happening when they're doing research for a product is digitally driven. So they're looking online to get this information. And there's so much information online that by the time they even get to you, they're already 75% of the way through the purchasing cycle. So what does that mean for us? We have to make sure that we're really providing, the customers a lot of content on the website, something that's informational, that's answering questions, as well as offering different touch points and how they can interact with the brand, whether that's live chat, a webinar series, or just by calling customer support. Another interesting fact that I found was that in 2014, about 5 companies were actually considered for the purchasing process, and in 2017, we saw that only 2 were. So this is really showing us that because so much information is online, we don't need to consider as many companies. We don't need to hold as many meetings as that we may have done before, because this information is so readily available and we know exactly what we're looking for when we're actually purchasing. Another thing to keep in mind is how you're targeting. Generally, you might be targeting online to owners, CEOs, CFOs, COOs, the list keeps going on. But actually what we're starting to see is that the people who have final authority and the final say is more and more non-C-suite executives. So that's something that I thought was really interesting. And when you're crafting your advertising message, you should keep in mind, you should have different advertising messages depending on the stakeholder and making sure that you're targeting that correctly and appropriately. One of the other things that I was just thinking of also was that the influence is increasingly younger, and what we're seeing specifically is that now millennials are in the workforce. Some of them are already getting promoted. They're actually being looked up to by the higher level individuals within their organization because they're perceived to know digital technology more often. So their influence is definitely increasing, and you should start really trying to shift some campaigns that are going to kind of pull at their heartstrings and kind of grab their attention to get your product or service in front of them. So in 2018, what you have to really think about is that it's a multi-screen world. Research is going to start at mobile devices. And basically what we know is that 87% of people turn to their mobile device to answer questions before they ask any colleagues, friends, or family for any type of advice or knowledge. And the research starts at mobile, but it doesn't end there. More often than not, we see conversions as far as phone calls, as far as form fill-outs or sign-ups happening on tablet or desktop. So it's really important that you have some type of conversion plan that has different objectives for each screen and making sure that they are all valued in different types of ways because they're all part of different parts of the decision-making process. So as you plan your 2018 strategy, keep these things in mind, and if you need any help, be sure to look us up.